see. Have you met Dean before? He's a great for me. My nickname is like official. Should go meet. Yes. Among other things he's made for me, like a wooden replica of the Ireland football badge, and a wooden replica of Mackenzie Barry's jersey. With Mackenzie Barry's autograph. There you go.
Good afternoon, everyone. We're almost at the end of the NPL Women's New South Wales season. It's the penultimate round, round 25, and we've got a big game here at North Turramurra Recreation Area with Northern Tigers versus the University of New South Wales. Eric Supihanu here on the hill from North Taramara, as there's the whistle from the referee, Chloe Gray. Away we go, and we'll take you through the lineups in a moment, but this is the start of a massive week for Northern Tigers. A final spot still on the line, as Abby Lemon shoots early and hits the frame of the goal, so we almost had a strike and a goal from Abby Lemon inside the opening 15 seconds. Well, there we go. Very exciting stuff here at North Taramara. But yes, for the Tigers, this is the start of a big week. A finals place still up for grabs, and there is also the small matter of Wednesday night's Sapphire Cup final against Sydney University, where Northern Tigers have the chance to win one of the state's most prestigious trophies. Now for UNSW, as that's Abby Lemon in possession on their right-hand side. Losing out. Now for UNSW, they're coming off a massive win 7 days ago. In fact, you would say it's the biggest win in the history of the UNSW women's program, when they defeated premiership contender RPL Leichhardt by 3-2. And in their first season in the women's top tier, UNSW, they've ensured they will not finish bottom of the club championship. So congratulations to everyone as Puxty crosses, headed away by Izzy Keach. I think that's Jasmine Lamont. Now Abigail Everts. I promise I will take you through the two starting lineups when I get the chance. But yes, apologies, I was a little bit late to this ground, which those of you who know me well will know, well, that's certainly nothing out of the ordinary. Amy Hall in possession, and now the Tigers can try and build from the back. Josie Wilson gets it back, and Wilson running it out of central defence finds Hannah McNulty. So two very long-time Tigers, and Wilson and McNulty combining, creating the space for Abby Middleton. Got a runner ahead is Beth Bernardi, and wide option there before it goes back to Middleton. Pass blocked by Toby, then they go direct. Ball swings past Talia Backhouse and on the left-hand side. Tigers' first real attack. Now, space for McNulty, maybe. Quick feet, but then Abigail Everts, well, she's tried to deal with it. McNulty hasn't given up. And she's still got the ball somehow. Now, does it sit up for Izzy Gomez? Not quite. Alira Toby plays it away. I am waiting for this ball to go out so I can take you through the two lineups. Trust me. As Bernardi battles for possession, and that is going to be a Tigers free kick. So quickly, here's the Tigers starting lineup. In goal, number 39, Amy Hall. Then number 2, Josie Wilson. Number 4, Izzy Keach. Number 6, Isabel Gomez. Number 7, Hannah McNulty. Number 11, the captain, Lily McMahon. Number 14, Beth Bernardi. Number 15, Abby Middleton. Number 16, Olivia Cartwright. Number 18, Nicola Dominikovic. And number 19, Charlotte Mortlock. As Keach puts a low ball in and could get the touch, and it's in off the post. So the Tigers have scored. It was a wonderful delivery from Keach, and it has not taken long. And the Tigers' finals chances have been given a massive boost by that early strike. Barely 3 minutes played, and Lily McMahon has scored her 17th goal of the season. I think it's McMahon with the faintest of touches to redirect that wonderful dead ball delivery from Izzy Keach into the net via the inside of the post. And there's McMahon again looking for Dominikovic. Flags up, and I think that assistant on the near side is John Garcia. I'll try and confirm that for you later in the game. Well, time to take a breather as Keach, having just set up the goal, is under pressure from Sarah Moore for UNSW. Keach plays it forward. Everts finds Puxty, played out by Lily McMahon. Now this UNSW starting lineup, in goal for them, number 1, Tiana Robertson, and number 5, Leah Puxty, number 6, Chloe Smith, number 9, Tiana Petkovsky, number 10, Alira Toby, number 37, Abigail Everts, number 43, Abby Lemon, number 44, Maya Cameron, number 45, Talia Backhouse, number 48, Jasmine Lamont, and number 88, Sarah Moore. There we go, got there in the end. Puxty throws to Smith. Puxty and the drag back. Attempted drag back. Blocked by McMahon. Feels like yesterday that Lily McMahon is just making her way into establishing herself in the Tigers' first grade starting lineup. Tonight, McMahon wearing the armband. Wow, they grow up so fast. I think she's still a teenager, by the way. Lily McMahon's talent certainly blossoming here at North Taramara. As that's Alira Toby, wide to Lemon. Lemon, left-footed strike, and not quite as threatening as her strike inside the first 15 seconds, which hit the frame of Amy Hall's goal. Now, chance maybe for Backhouse, and Hall uses the feet. Finding Wilson, and now McNulty to try and run it away. Excellent tempo to this one. We start proceedings. Everett with the clearance there. As I mentioned, the race for finals. Tigers doing well courtesy of that early goal from Lily McMahon. But can you believe that as we head into today's set of fixtures? It's another Super Sunday in the NPL Women's New South Wales competition. All 7 games for round 25 being played today. Would you believe it? There are 2 points separating 4th place Sydney Olympic from 9th place Northwest Sydney Spirit. So many permutations and possibilities, even at this late stage of the season, for who can make the finals. And for what it's worth, the other teams in that mix, Northern Tigers, obviously, I think they're 5th. Manly United are 6th. And then 7th and 8th, I can't remember which one's which, but that would be Gladesville Ravens and Bulls FC Academy. Looks like they're all battling for the 4th and last finals place in NPL Women's New South Wales. For those of you that need a reminder, as the ball goes over the top to Charlotte Mortlock. Yes, it's a top 4 final series in NPL Women's New South Wales, the simplest final structure possible. In week 1, first place 4th, second place 3rd. Week 2, the winners of those 2 games play in the grand final. Yes, even I can understand that final structure. Gomez, stopped by the tackle from Puxty. Also, that's perhaps a reminder for those of you newer to this competition, we love getting new fans to our state leagues. Northern Tigers are in the white jerseys with the green stripes and the black shorts. And if you're wondering why a team named Tigers is wearing white and green, not orange and black, well, might have a history lesson for you later in the call. As McMahon cuts inside. Nice run from McMahon. Back to Bernardi. By UNSW, by the way, playing in the yellow jerseys with the black shorts. Inside to Mortlock, and Mortlock returns the favour for Bernardi. Good crossing position, and a low cutback. Here's the shot. That's a great save from Robertson. Made sure she wasn't beaten at the near post, has denied Hannah McNulty, but it is going to be a Tigers corner kick. Mortlock to deliver, could be an outswinger. Decent delivery. And UNSW letting it bounce on the far side. That is Cartwright. And Cartwright has the backwards option. Middleton. Now, it's a look-away pass, and it's a good run from Dominikovic. And well, that's another piece of excellent goalkeeping from Robertson. Dominikovic nearly got round her, but Robertson, brave, diving at her feet. And if you're familiar with Tiana Robertson's body of work, whether that be at Emerging Jets or in the latter half of the last A-League Women's season with the Newcastle Jets, Robertson's certainly a very brave goalkeeper. Great work diving. Great work there, diving at the feet of Dominikovic. Now, Tigers trying to build out from the back. Back to Hall. Hall decides to get rid of it. A header from Everts, and then that'll bounce for Wilson. Now Wilson, that's the scramble. Now Lemon, switching it to Lemon. It'll never not be amusing that a team with Abby Lemon also has a player whose surname is the Spanish word for lemon. So Goal kick. Now I might go through the two sets of substitutes. Firstly for the Tigers. My dribble app is glitching, which is not exactly helpful. Try that again. There we go. Yes. For the Tigers, I think the backup keeper will be Annalise Glastonbury. What a name that is, by the way. Annalise Glastonbury, I've heard she's so it's Izzy Gomez fouled there. I'm told that Annalise Glastonbury, one of the real emerging young rock stars of the Tigers women's program. But the other Tigers subs, Jade McAtamney, Shadeen Evans, Saffron Grass, Blake Hughes and Bo Burton. Tigers are coached by the man who's won the last two Champion of Champions titles in Football New South Wales when he was at charge of the Seaforth women's team. Seaforth playing in the Manly Warringah FA Premier League, but that man, of course, is Chris Wood. Well, on the UNSW bench, as there's the header from Puxty. The backup keeper is Ali Hinson, and the other options are Jasmine Maguire, Marcela Santos, Jess Mullins, Meade Barnes, and Isabella Stinziani. UNSW are coached by Gabriel Knowles. He's done a great job as he's been taking over mid-season the women's program, and some big recent results for UNSW, which have ensured in their first season as a top-flight team. As I said earlier, they have avoided finishing bottom of the club championship, which of course is so important to them. So UNSW can look forward to a second season in NPL women's, the top tier for women's football in New South Wales. That's Bernardi working it back to Cartwright. And Cartwright over the defender. And Middleton has beaten Petkovsky there. So it's Middleton to the near post. Gathered by Robertson. Going back to UNSW's recent results, there was a losing streak that threatened to put their place in NPL Women's in jeopardy for the 2025 season. But in recent times, a midweek 2-0 victory away to the Sydney Olympic. A draw in what I like to call the battle of the students when UNSW played Sydney University. And then last week, as I said, a massive 3-2 victory over RPL Leichhardt. Everts to Puxty. Now Sarah Moore spins to protect the ball. Now Chloe Smith. Puxty turns away from trouble. And then slightly overcooked the pass. Middleton restarts with the throw. Bernardi. Bernardi's pass wheeled in by Everts. Back to Cameron. Might be a loose touch from Moore, and McNulty takes over. Now he's looking for runners, but I think the space closed before she could find one of those runners. UNSW go right to Lemon. So Lemon, one-on-one with Cartwright. Good tackle from Cartwright. Wilson leaves it for Hall. UNSW stay in possession. Everts, an interesting ball. It's going to curl around McMahon, but it's going to get away from Leah Puxty, who applauds the effort. It was actually good vision from Everts, at least, to see there was an opportunity, even if she didn't quite execute. So for Northern Tigers, they're trying to bounce back off a 3-2 loss away to Illawarra Stingrays last time out, but as I said, very much in the finals mix. In fifth place on 38 points, 1 point behind the team in fourth, which is a Sydney Olympic. Although, if they were to win their last two league games, it would give them a great chance of going back to the final series. Across, Backhouse sends it away. And then, as the player not even trying for that, is Dominikovic knew she was offside. So I mentioned it was a Super Sunday. Might as well talk about the other games briefly. So in this competition, there's 4 games kicking off at 5 p.m. So if you are the multi-screening type, you will have that multi-screening opportunity quite soon. And start with the match of the rounds at 5 p.m. MacArthur Rams versus Bulls FC Academy. Rams versus Bulls. We like to call that the Old Farm. It's down at Linwood Park. That'll be called by the Serbian Martin Tyler, Nikola Pozda. In fact, it's match of the round treatment, so I think there'll be photography from Alan Delic as well. McMahon crosses, blocked by Puxty. Laid off, Dominikovic into the middle. And sweeping it up, Gomez. Gomez draws the foul off, I think, Backhouse. And set-piece opportunity coming up for the hosts. And yes, that match of the round will start at 5 p.m. MacArthur versus Bulls. MacArthur Rams versus Bulls FC Academy. And it's also, if you're the Instagram type, you could look forward to Instagram stories from that game. I think that'll be done by Jude Dolan today. Also at 5 p.m, Emerging Jets versus RPL Leichhardt, Illawarra Stingrays versus Northwest Sydney Spirit, and Sydney University versus Manly United. Also, I think there'll be another Football New South Wales photographer, Dan Ullman, at Sydney University versus Manly. As it's McNulty contemplates what she'll do with this set piece. Over the wall and dipping, but not in time. For the sake of completeness, at the always odd kickoff time of 5:10 p.m. No idea why the club continues to do this, but at 5:10 p.m. from the venue we lovingly call the Arctic Circle, it's Gladesville Ravens hosting Sydney Olympic. A first-year commentator and a commentator we're very fond of, Annabelle Banfield, will be on the mic from that ridiculously cold venue at Macquarie Park. And then at 5:30 p.m, Football New South Wales Institute versus Blacktown Spartans from Blacktown Football Park. Good run from Toby. She timed it well. She's one-on-one with Keach. And Gomez gets there ahead of Moore. Of course, if you haven't heard, Football New South Wales Institute will be disbanded at the end of this season. And Western Sydney Wanderers Academy will come into the NPL women's space, or the State League women's space, for the 2025 season. McMahon skips past the challenge down the line, but Dominikovic can't quite make it stick. So there's also a women's stream in progress on the Football New South Wales YouTube page. That was the League One women's match of the rounds, the featured game from the second tier. That's at Jensen Park. It was a 3 p.m. kickoff between Bankstown City and SD Raiders, as Hall shows textbook sweeper-keeper work there. But yes, that Bankstown City versus SD Raiders game being called by another first-year commentator, and we like this guy. Dublin Dave Feeney, as Petkovsky's chasing that one. Again, ball's quick, off her line. Now Lemon for UNSW. Tigers working left to right. Nice ball. I think that was Bernardi who found McMahon's run. Toby is back defending. Toby, good patience. It's Backhouse. And Backhouse, I think, will leave it for Lemon and run in beyond. Lemon with a shimmy. Change of pace. Got past Bernardi, but now Cartwright's in close attendance. Lemon. The 1-2 doesn't work between her and Smith. Again, Tigers go short from the goal kick. Run out of play. Now Tigers try again. This time the overlapping run from Middleton. And she has a few options already in the middle. to the byline and keeps it away from Everts before she crosses. The NSW have stood firm. Smith, she thought about the early ball out right to Lemon. So it's the short pass. Now they go left with Moore. Moore, that was Petkovsky starting to try and run to break the defensive line of the Tigers. This is Petkovsky. He scored a crucial goal last weekend against Apia Leichhardt. Chucks a step over. There's a fake, but Keach proving hard to get rid of. So here's Moore. Good fake from Moore. Moore, that's wonderful work. And she's into the box before Izzy Gomez puts an end to that. A wonderfully clean tackle inside the area. Middleton, a workout for Mortlock. Mortlock spins away. That'll give UNSW more time to get back, but it's a great ball for Dominikovic. And Dominikovic around the defender, tries to finish. And that'll be a penalty. She was brought down. So Tigers with a great chance to make it 2-0. Dominikovic was away, brought down as I think she was about to pull the trigger. And who will take the responsibility from 12 yards? Hannah McNulty has the ball. From the UNSW perspective, small comfort, no card at least I didn't see a card for Chloe Gray. And here we go. Lily McMahon will take the responsibility from 12 yards. About midway through the first half here, and McMahon against Robertson. McMahon scores. Robertson dived the right way, but was never getting to that. And it's Northern Tigers 2, UNSW 0. Lily McMahon scored both. And she is closing in on the 20-goal mark for the season. 18 now for Lily McMahon in 2024. And that's really, it's quite an achievement for a player I think would be in her third season as a regular first grader for Northern Tigers, Lily McMahon. And still quite young and scored a lot of goals in both the league and the Sapphire Cup as well. Might as well segue to that, as my train of thought brought me there. So I alluded to it on Wednesday. I alluded to it earlier in the call, as I think Tigers will just take it easy from this situation. But yeah, Wednesday night, it's the second ever edition of the Sapphire Cup, the knockout tournament for women's State League teams of Football New South Wales and community teams as well can enter. Wednesday night, 7:15 p.m. at Valentine Sports Park. Northern Tigers versus Sydney University. And that Sapphire Cup final. Two brilliant commentators calling that one. Delighted to see this combination in the press release. It's Nicola Posner and William Constantinidis. A very orthodox commentary duo and also a very good one. Petkovsky. Yeah, that's Sarah Moore will not catch up to that one.
That's that higher position, you win it there, yeah? Be more aggressive.
Flick on from McMahon, but Puxty delivers. Now, Hall was very keen to take over, but Cartwright has just sent it away from danger. But now, Puxty may try again for a cross. There's Petkovsky. Petkovsky stopped by McMahon, so McMahon certainly not loafing when Tigers don't have the ball. Actually made a few good tackles in defence, in addition to those two goals. Moore. Now Toby, and Toby shoots. The bounce might favour Lemon. Toby again, and looks to curl it. That's, well, ooh. Yes. Good save in the end from Amy Hall, and she prevented it from crossing the goal line as well. You can see Alira Toby trying the finesse option there, trying to curl it around Hall. It was a good save, and Hall, I mean, not sure from this angle, but yeah, Hall may even have been a little bit unsighted. It was a very good save. Now Gomez. Mortlock. Stopped by Limon. So Moore. Here's Smith, and Smith. Space on the edge of the box. She shoots, and it's wide. Good try from Chloe Smith. And a good response from UNSW after conceding the second goal. Gomez dropping deep from the usual midfield position. Take the ball off the goalkeeper, zings it out to the flank, and Cartwright dispossessed by Backhouse. Exchange of passes. Tigers building from the back again. Toby pressing, and it might work out for Smith. There's more. Back to Lemon. Lemon tries to stand it up for Petkovsky. Flags up. Flag is up. So, nice idea from Lemon to try and dink it over the top. Petkovsky's been caught offside though. It's one of those quirks of the fixture list. Just looking at, shall we say, the last 3 games of the season for Northern Tigers, although I'm sure they will be quick to tell me the next 3 games, because of course if they make finals they'll have more than 3 games, but yeah, obviously quirk of the fixture list. They're playing obviously UNSW right now. On Wednesday night they play Sydney University in the Sapphire Cup final. Then next weekend, the last round of the regular season, they'll play Sydney University again. So 3 consecutive games against uni teams. It's the wind. Yes, it's there. Memory, so kind of venue with a bit more elevation than most. Can get very windy at times here at North Taramara Recreation Area. Well, I'm glad at least it is a 4 p.m. kickoff. Have in the past done a lot of 7 p.m. kickoffs and even later for commentary here, and yeah, they can be as unpleasant as they sound. Free kick, foul on McNulty. It's left maybe to Keach to deliver. She drives it low, straight at Smith. Keach's second pass blocked by Lemon. Cartwright gets us back underway. And the ball, Puxty, and finds, ends up with Cartwright for Tigers. And the delivery from out wide, Evans heads it behind for a corner. Just briefly, actually no, I'll say that later, but there's plenty of women's football from the Football New South Wales comps, both today and in midweek, and then we'll have obviously all the final round games for you on the Football New South Wales YouTube page. Corner swung in, a header and a bit of a tumble, but nothing to threaten the UNSW goal. Now for UNSW, their Sapphire Cup dreams were ended, I think, in round 3 when they entered the comp, a 3-1 home loss to Hills United. A game that did involve, that cup game between UNSW and Hills did involve a penalty save from the player I like to call the clean sheet queen, Sarah Eastoke, the Hills United captain. So 2 games left for UNSW this season, including this one they end their inaugural NPL women's season. Actually, hold that thought. Here's a run here from Dominikovic across the box, and it's finished by McMahon, and she's got a hat trick inside half an hour, or perhaps a little bit just after the half-hour mark. Credit to the work from Nikola Dominikovic, who scored plenty of goals herself this season. Strong run down the right, and this time Dominikovic is the provider. Lily McMahon with a hat trick in just a little bit over half an hour. And now she is 1 goal away from the 20-goal mark for the season, which is not the longest season by any means. Lily McMahon in great form.
Touch out, drive in, quick.
Backhouse from the restart. Runs it over the goal. Yes. So thinking back to Wednesday night, I've talked about the Sapphire Cup final. There's actually another game and another stream at Valentine Sports Park on the same night. It's a catch-up game in NPL Women's between Football New South Wales Institute and Sydney Olympic. Could be crucial in the finals race. Starts a bit earlier than the Sapphire Cup final. That's a 7 p.m. kickoff on Wednesday the 21st. And that'll be from, I think, the synthetic field. The number 3 field at Football New South Wales headquarters. So, interesting that there is a particular spot at Valentine Sports Park where you can see the entirety of Field 1 and Field 3 at the same time. So, those of you that have known me for a long time, you know where I'll be on Wednesday night. Might try and live tweet both games at the same time, although that is probably not going to go well. Dominikovic fouled there, so it'll go back to the free kick. Keach's ball will take a rebound. Cartwright. I think it was Cartwright. It's Keach again, but UNSW have pressed. So it goes back to Hall. Keach, she might have pinged that one over the top, and Dominikovic is fast. Into the middle, looking for McNulty. Behind for a corner. And the looks like Mort Locke is going to take it from the flag. It's another good delivery. Gomez tried to head it towards goal. And, saved by Robinson. Not sure who had the second effort there, as that will be a UNSW free kick. And all the Tigers really look in the mood. There is 3 goals for Lily McMahon inside the opening 31 minutes. To put them in a great position. And you never know, with that race for the 4th final spot being so tight, goal difference could come in handy. It helps if you have scored as many goals as Northern Tigers have this season. Across League and Cup, they've now scored 79 goals. I think that is in... We'll call this half a game, I suppose, to round up a bit, but 79 goals in 28.5 games, if you count League and Cup. Certainly one of the most entertaining teams in all the state leagues, whether that be women's or men's. They proved that again this afternoon. Pekovsky looking for Toby. Ball. Good command of the penalty area before waiting a little bit and picking it up. Now it's Raw. Interesting place to do a switch of play, and the wind does not help Izzy Keach there. Now, throw an attacking position for UNSW. LeMond can't get the pass through. Quick feed from Chloe Gray, the referee, to get out of the way. Intercepted by LeMond. Moore will not get to that. Keach plays it towards the center circle. I think it's Cameron. And Cameron, and once again, Toby was the target. Middleton doesn't look too bothered, and, well, Middleton judges it perfectly, shepherds it out for a goal kick. For UNSW, tried to say this earlier, but yeah, obviously, this being the penultimate round, there's one more game left in their inaugural NPL women's season in 7 days' time, when they're back at their home ground, the Village Green, by the way, one of the best names for a ground in New South Wales state comps. Lemon tries from range, easy for Hall. But yes, in 7 days' time, on the 25th, UNSW hosting Blacktown Spartans, the team they were battling with to avoid being last in the club championship. But UNSW has won that battle, so we'll see them in NPL, assuming all the other regulatory boxes are ticked next season. The run there, and it flags up, I think against Dominikovic. Ball's too straight for the runners. In fact, it was Puxty making the run from deep this time, but Hall's under very little pressure, although Wilson might be under a bit of pressure. Lemon's got the foot in there, and then I think it was a bit flat-footed as Puxty tried to play the ball to her, so might have gotten away with one there, Northern Tigers. Dominikovic is possessed, and Everts looking for Lemon. Lemon can't link up with Smith. Wilson back to the keeper. So half-time approaches. And I mean, you never know. You can't rest on your laurels, but I dare say, at least if this score stands, one of the easier team talks for the Tigers coach, Chris Wood. As Puxty tries to get into the box. Strong tackle from Wilson. I guess for a bit of a shirt tug, but Chloe Gray is happy to let things continue, and Tigers have the ball anyway with Keach, who finds Bernardi. There's a free play to the left. Instead she goes right, or actually more centrally. It was an interesting run from Middleton there. Had gone all the way from right back, and was actually she's still in the centre forward position for the time being. Goes wide to Dominikovic. Cross. Everts goes in the way, and the spin favours Robertson, so no corner that time. Now, I hope to... Of course, I like talking about both Football New South Wales women's comps, so this one and the second tier, League One women's. I hope to have some updates for games hit full-time in the second tier. That would be courtesy of long-time Football New South Wales reporter Justin Davies, a man who has covered the league for a long time, but was a bit puzzled when I asked him to set up my little folding table on Friday night, but that's another story. Couldn't figure it out for some reason. But anyway, Justin Davies, if all goes well, be giving us some updates from the League One women, some full-time scores there, because we do love to go around the grounds, and I think we had like 4 3 p.m. kickoffs and a 3:15 p.m. kickoff in the second tier, so fingers crossed. Lemon circles it back. Everts. Now it's wide with Backhouse. Moore to Backhouse, and Backhouse tries the big diagonal ball. Pekovsky's going to chase, and they say never let the ball bounce if you can. That clearance that's actually sliced behind, so it's the first corner of the game for the visitors. Toby will take this from that flag, and a bit slow to notice that. Those flags look like something you might see at a beach. And I'm shocked that that red and yellow flag pattern, those flags look like they belong at Cromer Park more than North Tarramara. But anyway, Toby delivers it to the far post. Now Backhouse trying to come in late and might still have the ball behind by Dominikovic. So second corner in quick succession for UNSW, and I think Toby's going to trot across to the far side of the field. You never know. Still a lot of football to be played. UNSW, who, as we saw last weekend, they can score goals against the biggest, the high-flying teams. Chances like this are vital as Toby delivers. Good ball, but over those in yellow jerseys. Backhouse might put it back into the middle. Actually, I think she perhaps trying to disguise it and go direct for goal. It has gone wide. Now, Backhouse feeling a little bit sore, so Chloe Gray stopped the play, and the UNSW physio's going to come on. So while, I mean, it doesn't look too serious, but Backhouse is going to need some treatment. So while we have this stoppage in play, it's time for a history lesson. As some of you may be wondering, why would a team named Tigers wear white and green? Well, here's the answer for you. So back in, I reckon this is 2001, Northern Tigers wanted to get into state comps, and they purchased a license of Balmain Tigers. Part of the deal there was that they retained the Tigers. And merged the Tigers' nickname with white and green, which are the traditional representative colours of the old Ku-ring-gai District Soccer Association, the forerunner to Northern Suburbs Football Association, which now oversees football in the northern suburbs, from the lower North Shore to Mosman, right up to, I think, Mount Cola's the northernmost team in the NSFA area. But there you go. It's always weird when Northern Tigers play Blacktown Spartans. Well, of course, have colours of orange and black. It's always a weird thing when the orange and black team is playing against the Tigers. Although, of course, that won't happen next season. Back underway, and actually it's a run down the left from Puxty, trying her hardest and got a touch, but also couldn't keep it in play. Actually, I was doing that history lesson, I forgot to count the UNSW players. Yeah, still 10 on the field, so wait, why am I struggling with this so much? It's basic maths. Anyway, yeah, Talia Backhouse, I can see her just in front of the or near the UNSW technical area. It's off frame of our shot, but still receiving some treatment. It's been a key player, Talia Backhouse, since joining mid-season. Backhouse has a long history in the NPL Capital Football competition and scored 5 very important goals to help UNSW to safety and a place in next season's NPL Women's competition. Last time I was on the mic for a UNSW game, Talia Backhouse scored an equaliser against Manly United at Cromer Park for very valuable, as it turned out, club championship points for UNSW. Now, down the left for the Tigers, Dominikovic. A tumble, but Chloe Gray not interested, and in fairness, absolutely no appeals as well. So, of course, there's no fourth official in this comp, so we'll just have to guess how much time added on there is. It's still nice having a scoreboard here. It's an addition from, I think last season they installed a scoreboard. Little things like that really help the spectator experience. So well done to Northern Tigers. As Moore has dispossessed Wilson. Back to Lemon. And Lemon is dipping and just over Smith. And Tigers do enough. The flick doesn't work for Bernardi, though. So Puxty back to Lamont. And actually, it's good organisation from Tigers. Really closing the space. Lemon has drifted inside to find Smith. The back heel to Toby. And that's good work from Toby. Beat 2 defenders, but not the third. So I think she was stopped by Liv Cartwright. Bernardi. Is there time for one last Tigers attack before Chloe Gray blows the whistle? Back to Middleton. Middleton getting a lot of touches, and I've got a good view of this here from the mound at North Taramara. I think I said earlier it was a hill. Yeah, this isn't high enough to be a hill. It's only a mound. McNulty past the challenge. Now McMahon, who has earned all the headlines so far with the first half hat-trick. But there's good shepherding from Petkovsky, and that's that. Well, the opening 45 minutes here at North Taramara have been the Lily McMahon show. She scored 3 times to put Northern Tigers 3-0 up, opening the scoring, I think, in the 3rd or 4th minute. And then McMahon's second was a penalty midway through the first half, and then she completed her hat-trick just after the half-hour mark, following good work in the build-up from Nikola Dominikovic. So this is Eric Subihano with the commentary from North Taramara. We'll take a break of about 10 minutes or so, and then we'll be back for the second half. Welcome back to Football New South Wales coverage of the 2024 NPL Women's New South Wales competition. About to start the second half here at North Taramara Recreation Area. Northern Tigers looking great at the moment, up by 3-0 over UNSW, courtesy of a first half hat-trick from their captain, Lily McMahon. Of course, as a wise man once kind of said, with half the game gone, there's still half the game to go. And we've all seen comebacks from this kind of position, but certainly an uphill battle facing the students as we're about to start the second period.
Doesn't go unnoticed.
Now, I do believe I have a website that offers live scores from this competition, and we've got a false start. False start for the second half. There, we are underway. But as I said, actually courtesy of fellow Football New South Wales commentator, the People's Champion, Nicholas Kutniak. He did give us, he did discover a website which shows live scores from NPL Women, so I will be referring to that now that the 5 p.m. games are underway. And I think Northern Tigers is in the middle of a finals race with pretty much half the competition. 6 out of 14 teams, that's almost half the competition that are battling for that fourth last final spot in NPL Women's. I dare say Northern Tigers would be, after rushing as soon as they can to maybe the Football New South Wales YouTube page or however else they would keep track of scores to see what's going on with the teams around them in the table. But obviously still plenty of football left to be played. There's Tiana Robertson at the back for UNSW, yells out the instructions, and that's a nice early steal from Abby Lemon. She's one-on-one with Wilson. Great tackle from Wilson on the edge of the box. Actually, I do have to check, and by the way, the player that received treatment at the end of the first half, Talia Backhouse, looks that she's back up and running, so no need for a substitution there, although I am scanning the shirt numbers just to double check there hasn't been any other kind of halftime sub. Can report UNSW as they were to begin the game, so Gabriel Knowles, the UNSW coach, hasn't rolled the dice yet. Knee turn there from Izzy Gomez, and I'd be surprised, given the scoreboard situation, if Tigers had made a sub. I might just clarify, you know what, just in case you missed it at the beginning of the game, let's go through the UNSW lineup out there first. 4-3-3 formation or thereabouts. In goal, number 1, Tiana Robertson. Back 4, from left to right, number 5, Leah Puxty. Number 37, Abigail Evetts. Number 44, Maya Cameron. And number 45, Talia Backhouse. 3 in midfield, number 48, Jasmine Lamont. Number 10, Alira Toby. And number 6, Chloe Smith. And up front for UNSW, one of them, a player who made a recent appearance on Play School, which is number 43, Abby Lemon. Today, Abby Lemon has swapped Big Ted and Little Ted for the other 2 players in the UNSW front 3, and those would be number 9, Tiana Petkovsky, and number 88, Sarah Moore. Though, as I look at it, UNSW being quite fluid in attack, and I notice at least in this most recent phase of play, Chloe Smith being very attacking, almost joining those 3, Lemon, Petkovsky, and Moore to be the 4th attacker as Backhouse delivers, but can't wrap a foot around it enough, and so goal kick. To Cartwright. Get some resistance from Backhouse, and then the ball is coughed up there by Northern Tigers. Pretty sure. Still, apologies, everyone. Still trying to double check. If the Northern Tigers have made any halftime subs. Yes, and in case this rather clumsy attempt to figure out if they're halftime subs hasn't told you who's on the commentary. Yes, this is Eric Subihano on the mic here from North Taramara Recreation Area. Halftime subs, very much my kryptonite. And there we go. I'm glad I didn't confirm that because there has been a sub. Number 8, Jade McAtamney, is on the field. But here's 88, Sarah Moore. Runs out of trouble and appeals, but mainly from the UNSW technical area. Moore. Now Lemon. Now I have to figure out who Jade McAtamney came on for. Oh dear. Back to Wilson it goes. And now UNSW, of course, nothing really to lose here. They can't finish bottom of the club championship. Down by 3-0, so expect some pretty fervent high pressing for the remainder of this game. But Tigers have done well to get out of the trouble. First time pass from Dominikovic to McNulty. And then McNulty is stopped by Lemon. Gomez. Who did Jade McAtamney come on for? Oh dear, this might take me a while. But here's McMahon looking for a fourth goal, and yeah, that's one of the simpler decisions that Chloe Gray will have to make. And actually, it's a free kick right on the edge of the box. Apologies, everyone. I'm not getting any younger. I think it is either 18 Nikola Dominikovic or 19 Charlotte Morklick who's come off. I can see one of those numbers right in front of me, but apologies, I'm not sure if that's an 18 or a 19. Hey, I'll keep working on that and get back to you as Robertson signals for 3 in the wall. Now, the signal clipped into the middle, and Wilson too physical in the eyes of the ref. And the chance is gone. So, nice. Thank you to Justin Davies, League One Women's reporter. Some scores trickling in. So in the match of the round, the game called by a fellow fan of Irish national teams, David Feeney. But SD Raiders have beaten Bankstown City by 1-0 in the feature game from the women's second tier. Backhouse playing it down the line towards Lemon. Lemon with a low cross. Smith was there. It's dealt with. And another technical area appeal, but nothing from the UNSW players. Looked like a pretty clean challenge to me at that near post. Then an appeal from a couple of fans to our left. While the play's going. Interesting ball. The bounce favors Robertson. Just going back to that SD Raiders versus Bankstown City game. That's just finished at Jensen Park. SD Raiders beating Bankstown City by 1-0. More heartbreak for Bankstown City coach Ante Kovic. Tough scenes champ. As is Puxty. And, well, what's going to... No, okay, so Chloe Gray across to the UNSW technical area. So Gabriel Knowles, I suspect, has been him that has been booked for what they call dissent by word or action. I really should know which offence that is. It's not Y1. I don't think it's Y7. It's one of the other ones. Anyway, UNSW free kick. Oh, sorry, throw in. And the floodlights come on here for the second half. Yes, we are still in winter, so we kind of will need that assistance definitely by the end of that game. Hopefully the floodlights don't switch off a little bit prematurely like they did the last time I did commentary here for a game between Tigers and Sydney Olympic. Here's Puxty. Cleared by McMahon. Oh, another League One Women's progress score. Oh, not full-time score. It's Mount Georgetown Rangers have extinguished South Coast Flames' chances of victory today, winning by 5-0. I think they're almost there in terms of winning the League One Women's Club Championship. I might have to check that out later on and consult with Justin Davies. The run from Toby. It'll go back for the free kick, despite Jade McAtamney being, shall we say, confused by that decision. But ref's decision is final, as we tell the kids. And a long-range free kick coming up. Lyra Toby definitely can hit them from this kind of range. She scored 9 times this season. Can she make it 10? Amy Hall positions the ball carefully. And it's 5 in the wall. And Toby, will she go direct for goal or find a teammate? I think she's going direct, and it's a wonderful goal from Lyra Toby. UNSW on the scoreboard. her 10th of the season, and an absolute 10 out of 10 strike from UNSW's number 10. So the students have some hope. It is Northern Tigers 3, UNSW 1. By the way, I love going around the grounds. There's been a goal at Sydney University football ground. It's gone the way of the host. So Sydney University currently leading 1-0 over Manly United. And this early stage looks like Manly United are getting taught a lesson. Backhouse wanted the switch there. Now let's see. This will be interesting to see how both teams respond to this. As I said, plenty of time left. And there's a flag that is up on the far side for... Apologies for not keeping it up at the plate. I actually... Yeah, I missed what that was for. I'm sorry. Oh, actually... Now that I've finally got the match center up on my laptop. Oh, Sabby Lemon tries to dance around a defender. Cutback is intercepted, yes, by the way. Apologies, took me so long to say this man's name yet. Yeah, the assistant on the far side, Simon Ashari, joining John Garcia, assistant nearest to us, and of course the referee in the center, Chloe Gray. And actually... I'm glad I'm so familiar with the refs as I am, because the match center says, in case there's one person out there that looks at the match center on a laptop to see who the refs are, yeah, trust me, that is not Rebecca Mackey, that is Chloe Gray. Us commentators, we've already had enough misidentified refs this season. Anyway, shout out to Alana Zick and Jackson Mackey. Nice move. And then the cutback, finding Dominikovic, and oh, that's brilliant. And UNSW are now 4-1 in front. Nikola Dominikovic moved into space, received the cutback, made first touch, and the second left Tiana Robertson with no chance. So it's Northern Tigers 4, UNSW 1. Tigers, I did call them the great entertainers, and I think so I was counting this up in my pre-match prep. If you add up of goals scored and goals conceded, Tigers with the highest, amongst the highest average goals per game in terms of games they're involved in. And only the Jets have had, on average, higher scoring games this season. Oh, they're looking for 5, so needed. Talia Backhouse's left foot there to stop that crossfield ball. There we go, about the hour mark. I finally figured out who got subbed at halftime. So Jade McAtamney, number 8, has replaced Beth Bernardi. Rather shamefully, that is not the longest I've taken to figure out a halftime substitution. Now, long-range shot. Petkovsky tried one from way out, and Keach was in the way. And Toby. Just a bit silent there. Just making my suggestions that free kick we just scored from Alir Toby. 30 yards out, right into the top corner. You may see that on socials. On the NPL New South Wales socials, the Facebook, Twitter and Instagram pages later this evening, if the Greek god of football New South Wales, Mark Stavroulakis, deems it to be worthy. Once again, Mark Stavroulakis doing an excellent job with the media, organising us commentators, writers, posts, all throughout the season, working weekends, of course, as are the conditions of a job in sport. It's his 14th or 15th year in the job. He's lost none of his touch as the Golden Greek, that's for sure. I think us Football New South Wales media, we're all grateful for the work he does for us. Anyway, UNSW free kick. Now, Toby. I'm standing on tippy toes just to try and see over the UNSW dugout. Yes, I'm not the tallest person, I'm aware of this. But anyway, Toby will deliver to the far post. Strong header away. Smith plays it back into the middle. Now Toby might sneak in at the back post, but the touch is loose and Hall can take a breather and let it run out of play. Rather irritatingly, there's one game that's currently in progress that my live score website does not have as the ball hits the crossbar somehow, so that was almost out of nothing. Almost got caught out there. Now, nice ball, and here's Abby Lemon. Tight angle, good save from Hall. Good positioning from the Tigers custodian. And the right foot was in the way of that shot from Lemon. Chase on in a defensive sense for UNSW. Work back to Robertson. Now Wilson to Middleton. Nice 1-2 between Middleton and Makatamni. And the drop of the shoulder to advance the ball further. Makatamni. And Makatamni, it's low and saved by Robertson. I finally figured out which game isn't on my live score website. So there's also been a goal at Lake Macquarie Regional Football Facility. And it's Apia Leichhardt leading the Jets by a 1-0. If my group chats are any guide, I believe that Apia goal has come from Sophie Hobart. Oh, nice work from Sarah Moore to get away from Gomez. Then tried a second spin. The Tigers had enough presence. And now McNulty could be away here. Toby's the one chasing. McNulty shoots and it's good. Well-timed sliding tackle from Toby. It'll be a corner. By the way, another League One women's score coming in. Thank you, Justin Davies. Central Coast Mariners 2, Nepean 2, so honours even in the Chloe Carmichael Cup. I think, this one player better not misidentify. because her mother would not be best impressed. I think Abby Lemon is the one UNSW player left forward. The rest of them back to defend this corner kick. And it could go straight in, and it needed Robertson. Actually, Robertson, well, no, I think that might have come off the frame of the goal. Nearly had an Olympico, a goal direct from the corner. Score stays at 4-1. Now another substitution, I believe. I see number 44, which would be Blake Hughes. Blake Hughes will be on for Izzy Keach. Set up the opening goal for Lily McMahon. But it's good to be on the same side as the technical areas because look at all these subs coming in at once. So Blake Hughes, number 44, is on for Northern Tigers. UNSW double sub. Number 3 is Jasmine Maguire. Number 11 is Marcela Santos. By the way, from memory, from previous games, previous times I've watched Northern Tigers this season, Blake Hughes, quite a good long throw to her. How's this obscure reference? I'll be amazed if anyone understands this one, but a Northern Tigers player with a good long throw. In that sense, she's a successor to Ella Gibson. But actually, well, Chloe Gray is not best pleased. The chatter. Now, that was Alira, not Abby. Yeah. I refuse to believe that Abby Lemon has got booked for dissent, so I'm saying that's Alira Toby. Have they changed the approach somewhat? We'll see. Have a look. By they, I mean UNSW. I've been thrown off by seeing 3 subs at once. So now the two teams have made 2 subs apiece, and they both have 2 windows left. Due to Tigers coach Chris Wood and the uni coach Gabriel Knowles. Wide. Lemon. I don't know if she's being played deeper as a result of the recent double substitution, and maybe Gabriel Knowles has reshuffled the pack a little bit. Anyway, Smith stopped. And in fact, that'll also be Tigers' throw. Have they gone? Have UNSW gone to a back 3/back 5? Well, keep an eye on that. Now, the run from Dominikovic, but the pass blocked by Evans. Man. Work from Wilson to step in. I think ahead of Petkovsky. Hughes. As they say. Didn't like... Well, I was about to say Blake Hughes. It was good work from Hughes. Didn't like the options in front of us, so went back to the keeper, and then Amy Hall has misread the run of her teammates there. Still as far as I can tell. Just the 2 goals in games elsewhere in this round 25 of NPL Women's New South Wales. So Sydney Uni be leading Manly by a goal to 0, while RPR leading the Jets by the same scoreline. And that's Institute versus Blacktown Spartans games. That's a nice run out of central defence by Hughes. If it hasn't started yet, it should be starting very soon. Lamont. Yes, that's definitely a back three that UNSW are playing with now. So I think that would mean for UNSW, Puxty now joining Everton Cameron in a three-player central defence. Jasmine Maguire, I think, is the left side of the five-player midfield, with Abby Lemon on the right side of the midfield. That's Lemon, Toby and Smith in central midfield. So a good old-fashioned strike partnership for UNSW of Petkovsky and Marcela Santos. Everts forward to Smith. Smith looking to go wide. But instead, I think she's found Cartwright for Tigers. Lemon pressing. Stolen it. Now Lemon is Smith. And I think Smith lost her balance at a vital time. So the attack is over. At remaining 20 minutes here, plus whatever stoppages Chloe Gray wishes to add. Now Tigers going for a fifth, and it's about a yard and a half or so in front of Hannah McNulty. Retrieved on the other side by McAtamney. McAtamney to the near post. That's easy for Robertson. And if you've just joined us, of course, or if you missed any of the action, of course, you can just click back on the Football New South Wales YouTube stream and see what you missed. But a summary of the goals. Lily McMahon opened the scoring at the third or fourth minute. She then made it, McMahon then made it 2-0. With a penalty midway through the first half, and then just after the half-hour mark, she completed a hat-trick to make it 3-0. Shadeen Evans, by the way, ready to come on. And, well, it's actually the hat-trick hero for today, Lily McMahon, who's the player being replaced. The armband's gone to Hannah McNulty. Shay Evans will be on the field for the remainder of this game. But... oh yes, back to my summary of scores here. So that was the Lily McMahon hat-trick inside 31 minutes. It was 3-0 at halftime to Tigers. And the Lyra Toby free kick early in the second half made it 3-1, but then Tigers responded almost straight away with their fourth goal, courtesy of Nikola Dominikovic. So that means now McMahon and Dominikovic, very much the deadly duo for Tigers this season. As the shout is heated, here's McNulty, edge of the box. She shoots. Good save. I'm pretty sure that was just off the gloves. Tiana Robertson diving low at the near post. Stopping McNulty from scoring. Corner coming up for the Tigers. By the way, League One women score another one. Thank you, Justin Davies. Marconi Stallions have galloped to a 2-goal win over Inter Lions. So perhaps a bit of a sad feeling for Inter Lions under 20 star Annabelle Banfield, but she actually probably isn't concentrating on that because she's calling Glacial Ravens versus Sydney Olympic as we speak. There's a real crowd in the 6-yard box. That's as much traffic as my morning commute. So it goes to the edge of the box. Gomez hits the big fence. That's what I think the locals call the cop end of North Taramara Recreation Area. I mean, they're not wrong. Cop, from memory, an Afrikaans word that means hill, so sounds right to me. Don't get upset, Liverpool fans. You didn't copyright the term. Cameron. Oh, wow. Actually, just realised there's two number 44s on the field. Shout out to all the Lewis and Hamilton fans out there. Hashtag blessed to see that. Don't see that too often. Now up into the sky, and that's confident work. Defenders love that when keepers take charge. I mean, even from this far away, I could hear Amy Hall shouting that the ball was hers. Now, switch of play, but 2-on-1 from a Tigers perspective there, but the one, who was Jasmine Maguire, one out. Now, Evans on the chase, but Everts it says, read that. Robertson finding Lamont. Nice diagonal from Lamont to Lemon. Smith, and that's a chase for Santos, but John Garcia right in position, so Santos keeps that in play. Has to flick it over defender, and then Izzy Gomez has had absolutely enough of that Marcela Santos run. Going to go on a run of her own, and she's got some options. Looks for the switch. And then there's Maguire stepping in again. Here's Lemon. I'm going to assume Abby Lemon is the only player in this, well, the only current NPL women's player to have appeared on an episode of Play School. Although she did appear at the same time as her Sydney FC teammate Jada Wyman, who has played in this competition for a long time. Jada Wyman finally sealing an overseas move. Now, Chloe Graywell. Patience is wearing thin. Suspect with Chloe Gray. Oh no, well, Chloe Gray, in fact, Shadeen Evans is the next player into the notebook. Toby goes long. Hughes wins the header. Good win, and then calm touch off the chest to block the cross. Now, Toby's coughed it up. Evans still has it, waits for support. Gomez trying to kill a pass. Puxty playing it towards the midfield. And Lamont, nice first time ball, and a chance for Petkovsky to run. She cuts inside. Petkovsky to Santos. Santos is quick, gets around the keeper, big chance, cuts it back, and Josie Wilson saves the day for Northern Tigers. One of the Tigers Centurions, well over a century of first grade appearances for Northern Tigers now, as does Hannah McNulty, using all that experience to be in the right place at the right time, keeping the score at 4-1. Now, back to consult the dribble app, so I see a 74, which is Bo Burton, and also a 12, which is one of my favorite names in this competition, or in all of world sports, Saffron Grass. So Bo Burton and Saffron Grass about to come on, although, I mean, given that Saffron Grass now plays at Northern Tigers, I think she should change her name to Saffron Synthetic. Anyway, also UNSW double sub, once again, very grateful to be on the same side of the field as the technical areas. So, coming onto the field, number 14, Jess Mullins, and number 18, Ireland's own Neve Barnes. I think had a couple appearances in this competition last year with Sydney Olympic. Now Neve Barnes at the UNSW, as that shot will be nowhere near the target. Yeah, I think we might be just about okay. As, if you've seen kind of like Sunday games in the past year, and if you've seen various debacles with the lights going off before full time, I think my sources tell me there's council wants like a 6 p.m. shut-off time for all floodlights at sporting fields on Sundays, which is ridiculous. As well, that could be definitely a far from ridiculous cross from Lemon, almost on the money. Petkovsky let it slip. Now Puxty towards Toby. Toby has not much room, trying to force her way through. Back to Puxty. And the organisation from Tigers is good. There's another League One women's score coming in. So I think that's down. That's one's down, way down on the south coast at South Nowra, and it's going to be a happy trip back up the coast. For Sutherland Strikers, they've beaten Southeast Phoenix by 2-1. Good run from Mortlock. Left side of the box. She could go herself here. Or tries to find the cutback. And McNulty sends. Oh, sorry. My apologies. Hannah McAtamney sends it over. Mullins. Now Santos. Don't mind me, just taking a drink of water. Santos again, down the line, and Saffron Grass should have space to turn. Header from Lemon and Hughes. Coolly done to find Mortlock. That goes back to Wilson. Space for the new player, Bo Burton. Going direct, great diagonal ball to McNulty. Has room to get into the box. And McNulty, that's over. Game ball. It's feels like a late-ish. No, it's about right. Well, I mean the normal amount of lateness. As if you're familiar with our Football New South Wales comps, if the kickoff time says 5:30, generally means 5:37. Games generally starting 5 to 7 minutes above about the advertised time. But for what it's worth, I was checking. Yes, all games are underway now in round 25 of NPL Women's. Millwall in the early stages of Institute versus Blacktown Spartans. Technically an Institute home game, but has been moved to Blacktown Football Park. I think they're trying to save the grass field at Valentine Sports Park for Wednesday's Sapphire Cup final. As McNulty takes it away from Mullins. And McNulty. Oh, she might try and go herself. She does. And it's saved by Robertson. Keep an eye out tomorrow. So it's Monday afternoons. Is generally the release time for the NPL Women's New South Wales Team of the Week. Compiled by 321 votes from the media. Always interesting to see who makes it. As Toby. That's sent into the fence. I mean, I feel like we can guess one person who's going to make the Team of the Week this week. Shouldn't be too hard to figure out if you've been paying attention to this game at all. But who knows, maybe there'll be a second player from this Tigers UNSW matchup. Corner. As I'm confused because I can hear exactly one person appealing for a free kick, but it wasn't anyone on the field. Anyway. Alira Toby to take this corner. I promise I will do my best to call this action, but yes. Hey. I'm trying my best here. As Toby delivers and headed away. Now Mullins goes first time. Decent. As you could see, she didn't give a full swing of the right boot to try and keep it down. Didn't totally sky it, but the ball still goes over the bar. And, yes, this will be the last progress score, actually. Actually, let me just double check something. As Justin Davies has given me all the progress scores I think we're going to have from League One Women's. Now, big chance for Tigers. McNulty's free at the back post. And here's the cutback. Shot blocked by Mullins. It was Cartwright with the effort. And then Burton flying in there to keep it alive. As the Tigers go for a fifth. Grass tried to finesse it towards a teammate. Toby plays it forward now. Of course, Tigers, they committed a lot of players forward. You know what that means? Potential space for a counter. But Hughes puts an end to that attack. Now, here's Mortlock. Tight angle. Goes across the face of goal, and that's McGuire clearing to the most temporary of safety. Cartwright back into the middle. UNSW head. Breaks for Mortlock. And Mortlock, great save from Robertson. Two strong hands. Not, once again, she is not beaten at the near post. Briefly, thank you to Justin Davies. A full-time score from my favourite venue in world sport, Bella Vista Public School. Hills United have beaten Camden Tigers by a 1-0. Goal coming from Alex Roberts. And you know what that means. It's another clean sheet for the Hills United captain, Sarah Easthope. That makes me very happy. Camden Tigers, well, they went to Bella Vista Public School and they've been taught a footballing lesson today. Shout out to all my friends who love it when Camden Tigers lose games. Here's the corner, and that's off. Possibly Toby, I'm not quite sure. I think I need to get my eyes checked. That definitely is Toby. And actually she got the touch of an opponent, of McAtamney. Talk about how much I love going around the grounds, and so the universe conspiring against me by giving me absolutely no goals to speak about. But maybe those other games, slow burners, and there'll be plenty of action in the second half for you. You could switch over to after you finish watching this one. Excellent performance from Northern Tigers, giving themselves the best possible chance of making the final series, and of course giving them a great feeling in the squad ahead of Wednesday night's Sapphire Cup final. I'd love to see Tigers win a trophy. Anyway, here's McNulty. Wins the corner of Mullins. It'd be great to see Tigers winning a trophy. It wasn't too long ago that they were in the women's second tier, but now really a firm fixture in the women's top tier and one of the powerhouses in this competition. Been to 2 grand finals, lost both on penalties. They've also been to a last year's Sapphire Cup final, which they were lost to RPL Leichhardt. But anyway, Sapphire Cup, it's a thought for Wednesday as the delivery comes in and all the way through the 6-yard box to Mortlock. And Cartwright, there'll be another corner. And of course, yes, as I said, Tigers, as I said many times, they're facing Sydney Uni in Wednesday's Sapphire Cup final. Sydney Uni really broke my heart by knocking my French team out of the competition. So, yeah. Go Tigers! Here's the delivery. It might be over Robertson, and I think it might have been Hughes closest to that one. Good jump from Blake Hughes. Couldn't divert it goalwards now. UNSW, they want at least one more goal, make the scoreline more respectable from their point of view. But whatever happens, I mean, it's always tough as a newly promoted team. So we will see them all presumably next season as well. Oh, that's a collision there, and friendly fire. Well, you could hear Robertson calling for it. The call was not heeded, and it's a good thing everyone's okay. I think that was, it was Neve Barnes who almost, well, she did take out a keeper, but UNSW have gotten away with it, and Tigers finishing as they started, strongly. Cartwright. Grass. Grass. McGuire towards halfway. Yeah, I think we're gonna finish before 6 p.m. That's good. Final minute of the 90. In fact, and be a sub. So a very, very slight early mark for Abby Lemon. And she's replaced by Isabella Stinziani. So I'm pretty sure, yeah, that's the full amount of substitutions used by UNSW. Off-target shot there from Evans. Speaking of Abby Lemon having appeared on Play School, it is a shame that Jemima Lockley plays for Ravens and not UNSW. Anyway, there's people in front of us with the game. And the story to tell from this one, very much the story of Lily McMahon's first half hat-trick that put Tigers in such a commanding position. And a matter of minutes away from 3 points. That'll put the pressure on the other teams in the finals race. A couple of games at halftime now. Sydney Uni leading by a goal to nil over Manly United in the what I like to call the liquor license inside the ground derby. And it's also half-time at Macedonia Park, 0-0 between Stingrays and Spirit. Toby delivers. Tigers remaining strong in the air right to the very end. Back to the thought about UNSW. It's so tough as a newly promoted team in this division, but they've ensured, assuming all the regulatory things are worked out, that they'll be an NPL women's team in 2025. Great achievement for the club, and they can, and they will be, perhaps they'll be dancing on the graves of their opponents in the final round. Anyway. Ball to the newly introduced player, Stinziani. Hughes is there first and signals to where she wants the movement. It's going to be over Evans, and Mullins heads away, but now McNulty, who's done this a bit in the second half, like drifting to space on the left-hand side. Good tackle from Mullins. Now Marcela Santos rocking the Viviana Miedema look with the short sleeves and the gloves. To Smith, and strong tackle from Josie Wilson. Now, interesting cutback, and the shot hits the crossbar. It was nearly 5 for Northern Tigers. And a look of disbelief from Jade McAtamney. Millimeters away from putting the cherry on top of the very delicious sundae that is this result for Chris Wood's team. And just... should probably do a quick sign-off because it's so cold here. But, yeah, as one say, wishing the best of luck to Northern Tigers in Wednesday's Sapphire Cup final. Before we sign off, as goodness knows, their opponents in the Cup have had quite enough luck in the Sapphire Cup this season. And for what it's worth, Northern Tigers, also, as I said earlier, also playing Sydney Uni in the final round at Sydney Uni Football Ground. That will, that finals race in NPL Women's. Well, can't take your eyes off that one in 7 days' time on the 25th. Now Smith. Middleton's trying to get in the way here, and then Josie Wilson using all that speed to move out to the flank. Play an interesting pass to Burton. Burton's got 2 runners. Burton has looked for McNulty. Mullins blocks the diagonal ball. I might as well look at Chloe Gray now. Oh, I don't think she's... I haven't seen a look at the watch. Is Santos, and the shot from Maguire, which Hall gathers. But there it is. It's full time. A great victory for Northern Tigers. They've defeated UNSW by 4-1. Lily McMahon scored a first half hat-trick. Goals in the fourth, about the third, and the 31st minute to give Tigers a 3-0 lead at halftime. Alira Toby pulled the goal back early in the second half with a wonderful free kick, but Nikola Dominikovic scored afterwards to make it 4-1, and that's how we got to that full-time score. We hope you stick around on the Football New South Wales YouTube page. Games in progress. Emerging Jets versus Apia Leichhardt. Illawarra Stingrays versus Northwest Sydney Spirit, called by sax boy Thomas Phillips. Sydney University versus Manly United. Gladesville Ravens versus Sydney Olympic, called by our own Annabelle Banfield of Interlines Under 20 fame, and Football New South Wales Institute versus Blacktown Spartans. But this is Eric Subihano signing off from North Taramara on behalf of Football New South Wales and today's camera operator Josh. Thanks for your support of our women's football coverage. Take care, have plenty of good vibes, great coffee, sick tattoos, razzlers, and hopefully I'll do better for you the next time I call a game. See ya.
That would be the other Sydney FC fullback that would get booked this season. I'm surprised I haven't seen it yet. I mean, there's things we miss with this corporate play. We know that. We know that. And the corporate Izzy Gomez now.